Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to explain a little bit about the temple and what it is we're building here. So I should start by saying the temple is one of the most integral, sort of emotional beating hearts of Burning Man. The temple is the last structure to burn on the very last night, and it's a place that people come when they have something to let go of. Within hours of opening to the public, it is just covered in people's offerings and mementos and things that they just want to look at, whether it is photographs of a loved one who passed away, whether it is maybe a letter to themselves, releasing some fear, maybe it's, I've seen wedding dresses people are burning. It's a place where people just bring whatever it is that they need to release. And it accumulates these offerings throughout the whole week. And then on the very last night, it burns. It's burned in complete silence. It's truly a sacred space. And what makes it sacred is not the design. It's really the intention that the crew brings to building it. The community is an incredibly important part of building the temple, and it's literally tens of thousands of hours of work that gets put into building this over the course of many months, including 3 full weeks, at Burning Man on the playa before it ever opens to the public. All that labor goes into the structure, and it's there for a week, and then it burns. So the design for the temple this year is inspired by a flower called the Queen of the Night flower. It's a desert flower that blooms once a year at night for one night only and is gone by morning. And to me, this is a perfect symbol for Burning Man itself, which itself is like a desert flower that is there for a brief week and then is gone. But it's also a really beautiful symbol for life itself. This is the design. It's meant to look like a flower. It's got this sort of central tower coming up with some glowing stamens on top. And then it's got these big kind of curving petal arms that spiral off of it. And then it's got these outer petals, some of which have benches in them. And then finally has a fence all the way around the whole perimeter. One of the things that was really important to me is that to approach the temple, you don't just walk a straight line from the temple straight in, from the fence straight in. You've got to sort of have a meandering path in and among these flower petals to get in there. And to me that was really important because it forces you to slow down, it forces you to have this sort of path, and as you walk in and among these big kind of walls, it really does change and shape your perception of the space. Sort of like walking inside of a giant Richard Serra sculpture, where you've got these huge walls on either side of you as you walk in, and it compresses your space and sort of forces you into that very intentional journey. So this is our space here in Oakland where we've been building. It's an amazing space to build in. We've had as many as 85 or even 100 volunteers here some weekends. Right now we're on lunch break, so this place is pretty quiet. But we've been building everything here from those giant flower petals to behind me. You can see we're starting to build some of these, we call them ladder assemblies, that are almost like an A-frame forming those spiraling petal arms. We have a huge pile of wood behind me that's actually recycled wood. We're cladding this whole thing in wood that's been reclaimed from a building torn down in Wisconsin. It's been an incredible community that comes together for this, and I'm so grateful to be part of it, so grateful to have support from the community that makes this whole temple possible. So thank you very much.